What's up, YouTube? Zorc the Dark One here, and this video is going to be a little bit different. This isn't going to be a card opening. This is just going to be a video of me getting coached on a game I play called League of Legends. I'm getting coached by a master tier player, and this is actually going to be 4 parts. So the first 2 are me going to be getting coached on Jinx and on Tristana, and then the second 2 are going to be me getting coached on Garen. But anyways, guys, this first one is going to be me getting coached on Jinx, so feel free to laugh at how bad I suck at the game. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. On to the video.
Where did you feel like it started to go wrong?
Um, I I don't know. I guess like midway through, like I don't know, like I kind of felt like it kind of started getting like into a huge stalemate, and then they just started like just getting good.
Mm. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Their team scales really well. Rakan, not so much, but their team scales really well. But so does yours. Like, Mordekaiser scales well, Orianna does, you do, Zyra does. Not with Electrocute, but she still scales.
Okay.
But I think Zyra didn't buy Leandri's, did she?
I'm not sure actually.
We will find out, because if she didn't, then she entered the game.
Okay.
Because they have like tank. Rakan is like semi-tanky. Okay, let's just look at it from. Because the nice thing about the replay, by the way, is that you can see both teams moving. And if you don't want that, you can like turn on Fog of War to only be, for example, red team. So you only see what
Gotcha.
you see. But I like to have it on all right now so that you can like kind of see where people are going
Mhm.
and where the potential dangers are. Because sometimes I don't know if that has happened to you yet, where you like walk into the bush to
Yeah.
like, and then they're there.
Yeah, like everybody's there.
Exactly. Okay, your Zara's a bit AFK. But that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. By the way, something that I like to do is if I'm playing ADC specifically, if you want to have a ward in the river, I wouldn't put this one down immediately at the start of the game, because you can see now this ward is gonna expire. Like it's
Okay.
halfway through, and the game hasn't even started it. Because at 1:30 the waves come and crash,
Yeah.
and at 1:30 this ward is probably gonna be gone. So you wouldn't know when the jungler is gonna be in the river level 2, level 3 coming at you. Like a better ward, like right now they're trying to cheese, by the way,
Mhm.
and they put a ward here so like in case you walk over, they would jump on you. If you know they have an engage comp, especially Tristana, you don't walk up to places like this, especially this one. A better thing to do is to like stand here. Wait, can you see my? I don't think you can see my mouse. I'm gonna share my entire screen instead. Okay, then we'll redo it.
Yeah, like I
Because
was
sometimes
able
people
to.
can't see my crosshair in League because it just streams the game and not the crosshair that comes with it.
Okay, yeah. I can see it now. I can see it.
Okay, but
I mean,
like
I was able to
standing
see it
here,
before.
yeah, standing here would be better for positioning because you yourself as an active ward, like if you stand here, someone walks up to you, you will see that, right?
Yeah.
And if your Orianna, right, for example, is standing in this bush, or if she's just standing nearby, she will see what's happening on this side. And that's really good for you because that means you can save your ward for when you're starting the laning phase. Because right now you're like in a bit of a cooldown. Uh, like 240 seconds is a pretty long time
Yeah.
to not have a ward. So you want to always wait till after the leash. You walk into lane normally, and then you can either put a ward like in one of these bushes, is what I like. Because if you're fighting them, right, and like Rakan decides to hide in the bush,
Mhm.
you want to be able to see him without using like your W. And I will like save it for one of these bushes, or I will save it for like, the river. Just put it in the river here in this corner, or in this bush. It's
Okay.
usually really good. But that's just something that will benefit you in the long run and also kickstart laning phase. Because sometimes your lane won't go as well as you'd hoped, and having a little bit extra vision will definitely speed things up. Okay, I'm just gonna speed up the game a bit.
All right.
That we can. Okay. So, but yeah, do you see how like now he's in this bush, and
Yeah.
your Zyra should have a ward, so she can maybe put a ward here. But she's not doing that. Like, you can't see him at all. Like, if I turn on Fog of War, you have no idea that he's in there.
Yeah, and
You probably know.
he actually does like cheese me in a bit.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And this is because your Zyra didn't put down a ward for you. I mean, you guys still, trade 1-for-1.
Yeah.
But it's because your Zyra didn't put down a ward for you. And you didn't have a ward to put down yourself, so it's like not really your fault.
If I didn't ward, I could have just put it
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And like, as well as, in case you're wondering, Lilia is like up here now, so your ward in the river wouldn't have really shown her anyways.
Yeah.
But, getting the 1-for-1 is good for you because at least you come out with a little bit of gold. But it's just unfortunate that your support gets the kill.
Yeah.
Because early on, Tristana is really, really strong. Like, incredibly. See, like, now Lilia's here. If you had, like, maybe if you didn't even use the ward in the lane, if you used the ward here, you would have seen her coming as well. And then you guys didn't have to, like, both flash. Look, he's putting down the same ward that you could be putting down the river as well, whenever you get it up. It's not the end of the world, because this happens. But I will say, trading 1-for-1s, like 1 kill for 1 kill, with Tristana is not worth it. Ever. Because you will eventually outscale her, which means that you will do more damage, like, in the long run, in team fights, you will be more beneficial. But she will always be able to 1v1 you, no matter what.
Okay.
Because that's just how Tristana works. She can 1v1 anyone. Even if she's like 5 kills down, she can still kill you solo.
Okay.
But yeah, like right now you guys have a ward down here. But Lilia's just a little bit fast. Your Zyra dies, but that's still fine. Because you can come back.
Yeah.
And Lilia getting the kill, that wasn't too bad. Tristana didn't get an assist. And that's really what you want to look at, because Lilia is a movement speed champion. She works well kiting. If she gets ahead, all you need to like maybe ask Zyra, hey, can you build rallies? Can you build a slow item? Because if her plants are slowing her with, I think the range plants guarantee slow. You don't have to worry about Lilia like jumping in your face and then you can just kill her from range. But if your enemy ADC gets ahead, that's when it gets a little bit dangerous. So whenever they don't get an assist, or even a kill, that's big for you. But yeah, do you see how she's just chaosing all of your kills because of her plans? Yeah, that's kind of what Zyra does. Okay, but you get that one.
Yeah.
This is a huge comeback. Because Zyra is strong. She's like a big bully, kind of like a Lux. But that also means that she will do more damage than you, most likely.
Yeah. And I remembered what you told me before, that if I have like support with like a stun or something to go E second.
Yes. Because it's just great. Like if Rakan jumps in, for example, as well, he can't get out.
Yeah.
He needs to like use his double dash and he will take a lot of damage. Something that you can also do with Jinx is if you feel like Zyra is like missing a lot of her stuns, is try to W them first so that you slow them. And then it makes it a little bit easier for her to hit her abilities.
Got it.
Because your W is quite like long range compared to... Oh. Okay. Okay. I really want to see where this like goes wrong. Is Lilia's playing for top side, which means that you guys are winning bot. Actually, Cho'Gath is also winning top. Let's see where this goes. They can't kill Garen. That makes sense. I think he might die here. He does not. I think he...
Yeah,
Oh
so
my.
see, my idea was since mid was struggling, we take bottom turret early and then go down mid to try to help him out.
Yeah.
So that way Zyra could could roam more and help mid out because they were struggling a lot.
That's usually what you want to do, yeah. But in this case scenario, like you have Kraken up. Whenever you have Mythic above Tristana, you should be able to kill her. But even then, it's like a 50-50. Because if she has Exhaust instead of heal, it's a little bit of a scary situation.
Yeah.
But yeah. She still. Do you see how much damage she does, even though she's behind?
Yeah, I saw. Like, that jump almost killed me.
Exactly, and your entire team almost died. Which is why it's so terrifying to have her like 1v1 you at any time. Because I guarantee you, if you were here, like without the tower, you would really have to like learn to poke her and try to 1v1 the ADC with range. And then if she jumps on you, pray. Pray that you're ahead enough, because if she eats you, that is equivalent to a better Kraken Slayer.
Yeah.
For free. Oh, she did buy Leandri's. Okay, that's nice. See how fast she is?
Yeah, she's like quick.
Yeah, they have Leandri's. Zara has Leandri's. Yeah, so whenever they're here, you're level 8. Like, keep on taking the wave. It's just, it's a good thing. Okay, they're kind of winning the fight here. But that's because it was a, like, 5v2. Okay, but this is, like, good. Sometimes you can't always be there for a fight, and getting gold over fighting is usually the best idea on Jinx.
I figured, like, I wouldn't get there in time even if I backed, so I figured I'd just shove the lane out and try to get
exactly. Yeah, that, and also look, even though you have 5 kills, Tristana has more CS than you. Yeah. She has 90 minions, and now you're, like, catching up. And getting the turret here is really good, but, like... Okay, Cho'Gath is really ahead and very tanky. Uh-oh. Yeah, so in situations like this, I'm gonna, like, go back a little bit.
Alright.
So. Let's just go back a little bit more. So right here, you guys don't see her coming, right? You don't see that Lilia's coming. You guys do have a ward in this bush, but you have no idea that she's coming. And your Zyra is going to the bot side to ward. Whenever you're in a position like this with the enemy, like secondary tower specifically, because this is a very vulnerable place to be in, never group up with your teammates if they have champions that do well engaging into grouped up people. Like Rakan W into like this would be very juicy. Tristana W would hit both of you, and Lilia Q would hit everyone here. So in a situation like this, you want to position yourself closer to the edge. Like, keep walking, maybe like walk from this side towards your Zyra, because your Zyra put down vision.
Okay.
And then if we swap to this real quick, you can't see this, you can see this, so you can argue, oh, maybe I can stand here. But you want to stand closer to your support, who's able to peel you with CC, with damage, whatever. Because in an open space like this, she's going to be your best friend. And if she wards here, you want to stand closer to this side. Maybe don't walk into the jungle, but like make sure that you're able to go away from this side of the lane. Because at least you know, in this bush, there's no one there.
Alright.
Whereas to here, now she comes in, and we know that she's really fast. And this ball is really hard to dodge now because, you know, you're standing right next to the minion. If you weren't standing here, if you were standing, like, below this minion, for example, you wouldn't have gotten hit.
Yeah, I see.
Look, you got slept, he got slept, but your Zyra and your Orianna didn't. Man. Because they had the better positioning.
So just that much would have just made a difference.
Yeah, because if you don't get slept... Because Lydia got a buff just now, okay? Her W does more damage, and if she sleeps you and W you, it's like a nuke going off, especially for ADCs. You don't want to take that much damage, especially after they nerfed Ravenous Hunter. You don't have as much, like, free healing anymore from the ruins. So, Now you're trying to heal up a little bit and get some more gold, but in the old ruin state, you would have probably been full HP by now, but you're not.
Got it.
Which is why it's extra scary, especially when they have burn items that you keep taking for more damage. You want to maximize your risk of getting stuck in bad positioning. Because bad positioning will kill you. And like now, it's very unfortunate. Lilia's still alive. Look at her healing. Because of her buff's passive. And even though your entire team is here, they're quite low.
Yeah.
Do you see that? Like, Mordekaiser isn't really able to tank for you.
Yeah.
And Zyra is trying her best. But now you just kind of have to, like, go off of, like, set goes in, great. And look, like, right there, you had all the movement speed in the world to kind of, like, dodge that Rakan W. But everyone else who didn't move aside and were grouped up there died.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they got another dragon. That's very unlucky. That's because of the reset. That's also like partially because Mordekaiser didn't want to reset. He does heal up, but he kind of underestimated the poke that the enemy team has with Lilia. Oh, there's a ball coming for you.
Oh, I didn't even know it could go that far.
It goes until it hits a terrain.
Okay, wow.
So it can go forever. It can hit you as you're coming down mid lane from base.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know that about it. That's wow.
Yes. Also, in a situation like this, by the way, in a game where you see a lot of tanks, they adjusted some items yesterday with the previous patch, actually 2 days ago. But some of the tank items have been adjusted to have less HP, but some of it also has been buffed to have more armor. I'm pretty sure it's one of them that... Actually, don't remember which one it is. But basically, Randuin's, or like Runin's Hurricane,
Yeah.
this item against tanks now doesn't do very great. Crit damage is still amazing against tanks, but in this game scenario where you have like a Garen, a Set, and a Rakan, usually Rakans have like a lot of armor, you want to buy secondary item, armor penetration, or you want to buy Infinity's Edge.
Okay.
So you want to like prioritize being able to chunk them rather than doing multiple tiny bits of damage to them. Because ideally, right, all of them have healing. So if you're poking them with your Hurricane, Garen has a passive that heals him up, Lilia heals, Set has a W shield, and then he heals afterwards. And Tristana might have some healing in her ruins as well. So when you have like... If you're playing against like a really big tank and sustain comp, like let's say for example the enemy team had a Cho'Gath, you might not want Hurricane. You might want to just go Last Whisperer, go for that armor penetration early on, so you don't have to worry about it later. And then afterwards you can buy Infinity's Edge, and after that you can still buy Hurricane.
Right.
It's just don't buy its second item because you won't get as much value out of it.
So, would I get any attack speed at all then in this situation? Or just stop.
You won't. I mean, it's good. It's nice to have, but in this case, you want to hit harder and not faster. Because if you really want attack speed, you can buy. Oh, let's see what happens here.
Yeah, I kind of tunneled and didn't pay attention to Set there.
It's okay. But yeah, like, Sid is 3 and 7, he's still able to kill you. It's just a little bit scary. But if you want attack speed and you want its second item, let's say you're like, oh, we're winning. Okay, I don't need armor pen. Let's say in a scenario like that. You can buy second item, what is it? Phantom Dancer?
Okay.
The blue sword?
Yeah.
Because that one, whenever you hit an enemy, it has like base damage and also base attack speed. It has almost the same amount that I think Rapid Fire would give you, which is, Runin still, I think, give you the most attack speed. Yeah, it gives you 45%. But Phantom Dancer is not bad. I think it gives you 25%. But every time you hit an enemy, it gives you ghosting and extra movement speed.
Okay.
which can be really nice against Zed, against Rakan, against Lilia, against stuff that want to run at you. It will feel really nice.
All right.
Something that you can try. A lot of players on Jinx, it's a preference, right? A playstyle preference, but sometimes they like only buy Phantom Dancer like as second item and they just skip Hurricane as a whole. Like they go Phantom Dancer into an Infinity's Edge to get the movement speed and the damage. Because if you look at Runins as an item, it really is just like you get 7% base movement speed, but it really is just attack speed, and then the damage that comes out of it is the bolts. That's the only thing you have going for you, which can be nice if you have a lot of crit, but against tanky team, you won't get a lot of value out of it in team fights early on.
So it would just be better to just go more damage then?
Yeah, more damage, going for armor penetration or Phantom Dancer for like kite ability and the ability to be able to keep up with the movement speed of the enemy champions. Because Jinx only gets movement speed after her like kill passive.
Yeah.
Or technically if you slow them with your W. Oh my. Oh, they're cheesing here. Okay, but you do have blue trinket. Oh. Oh. I see that you wanted to take the Drake.
Yeah, I was trying to snipe it, but I don't even think I got there in time.
Let's see.
Or I'm not sure.
Yeah, you did pop one down. But no, you hit Rakan.
Oh, I did? Okay, I didn't
You hit Rakan. You walked into a bush. I think you were looking at the Drake pits.
Well, no, like when I shot it, like I pointed my camera up there first, then went back.
Yes. You were looking there.
But I didn't actually know like it hit Rakan.
It hit Rakan.
Okay.
Wait, do you want to see it?
Yeah, sure. I honestly didn't know that when I played, because like I saw it go and then I saw Rakan pop out of the bush, but I thought it passed him before it hit him.
You're walking here, right?
Yeah.
Look at where Rakan is. He put down wards.
Yeah.
So he saw you coming.
Yeah.
And then you just like ult him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, that's what. See, like I saw when I played, I saw it go, and then I saw him hit me, but I didn't know it hit him. I didn't know like it ran into him when he came out.
Yeah, you just randomly ulted him. He must have felt so offended. Okay, Choge gets taken, but that was a very nice bait to get the Rakan in there. Okay. Yeah, like every teamfight Lilia tends to live because of her movement speed, but like your damage is not bad. It's still very good, but you can imagine like wanting to kill them a little bit faster than you are doing right now. Because Cho'Gath, he got caught, but you know, your Mordekaiser is tanking everything for you, which is very, very fortunate that you guys have like a tanky front lane. Well, two in this case. Oh, I think Zara dies here. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh! You live it. I don't know why he went back in there, but okay. Okay, you're still running.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I saw Lilia like coming up towards me. I wasn't sure if she was like still chasing me or not.
Yes, better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not good. Okay. Oh my, oh my. That was a very interesting flash. But that's okay. But yeah, do you see how like, if we like pause real quick and look at the items of your team, your top lane is AP tank, so he does magic damage, not a lot, but he does magic damage, and he's tanking.
Yeah.
Mordekaiser does bruiser, AP tank magic, which is the exact same thing. They're basically both built the same, but they do tank someone magic damage. And then you have Orianna, who is behind. She's your main source of penetration magic damage dealer. Like she's supposed to one shot, but she's behind, so she won't be able to do that. Zyra is your tank shredder right now, which has Leandries, which did like 2.8k damage already. They have a lot of tanks. She has Leandry, but that's only like two. She literally has 2 items against tanks: the sorcery boots for penetration, and her Leandries. You have Kraken Slayer, but that's the only item that you have against their tanky team comp. So you can see how later on this can become an issue. How like your top lane and your jungle doesn't really do a lot of damage. Your Orianna is super far behind, and then the only 2 items that you guys have is Kraken and Leandries, which is not enough.
Yeah.
Because Leandries, again, it's a burn item, so it's very slow. Also, in a situation like this, don't be afraid to just W her. If she walks up into W range, just poke at her, and then put an E down, like max range E, like as far as you can, put an E down, like maybe from behind this wall, so that you limit her from walking up. Or what you can do is like you can kind of stand behind this wall, right? Bait her to walk up and then E over the wall to try and hit her.
Okay.
Like imagine if you W her here, you would slow her.
Yeah.
Like if you like that. You could have also done it a bit sooner. It depends on when you're comfortable in trying to land the W. In this case, it worked out fine. But you can imagine her flash was almost up. I think it was like I can't really see the exact cooldown. Can I see the exact cooldown? No, it doesn't let me. But she would have almost had flash, and you can imagine if you guys went in on her, took a flash forward to eat her, but then she flashed out. That would have been very unfortunate. Oh. I hope you live.
I think I do. Like barely. I think I had like 7 HP or something.
Yeah, like with Set, try to always like move immediately after he ults you, because there's a very high chance that he will just want to W, like
Okay.
EW. And you never want to be in the middle of his W. And the best way to do that is by keep on moving and just hope he like tries to predict you and he misses. Because the sides are going to hurt a lot less than the middle, because that one is true damage. And Jinx has decent armor, mind you, like you have 64 armor. And let's check Sarah. She has 65. Oh,
Yeah,
well.
I think I took the armor runes for this one.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You're playing against Tristana. And then Garen and Set. But... Oh, the very unfortunate auto attack. Okay, so in this situation, I don't know if you're resetting for an item.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, because in this situation, you don't reset, you go for a Baron.
Yeah, we were trying to do it, but like everybody was just backing and then we couldn't.
Yeah, try to ping early on. So whenever you're in a situation like this, I'm just going to go back so you know. So after you take this wave, right, you see Tristana at the tower. You see Orianna here. Orianna's most likely dead because we have no idea where any of them are except for Tristana. So they're probably going for her. Or they're going for top, but I doubt that they're going to like try to kill all 4 of you there. So even if you base, Tristana's going to get this tower. Because that's just how Tristana works. You should immediately ping after you take a wave like this, right? There's 4 of you here. Ping immediately that you're going for this Baron. Because you guys already missed out on 3 other dragons, and they're 1 away from Soul. Which is a big problem. Because the next time you guys fight for dragon, it might again be like a 50-50 because your Orianna keeps dying over and over, so she probably won't be there. And your team is very reliant on both your Mordekaiser and your Cho'Gath being like full HP to tank for you guys. So like immediately here, don't recall, just ping for Baron immediately. Okay. The moment that you see, especially this, it's only 1 person. Like ping for him to stay. Because he's pinging right now. He's pinging for his team to come because he sees. But you should have been pinging for Cho'Gath, hey, tank this, because whoever tanks the Baron, like is the closest to the Baron, deals the least amount of damage to it.
Okay.
So if there's two of you, there's you and there's Mordekaiser, you're going to be the main damage dealer. But that means that Mordekaiser doesn't do any damage to him, like the Baron.
Okay.
And if Cho'Gath is here, they would both be tanking it, and then at least you will have some more damage going on to tank for you. Never tank it, like never be the closest one to it. But look, now their team got a tower because that was guaranteed. But then they also can now go for the Baron if they really wanted to. And look, they're all going for it. And you guys know, you can see them.
Yeah.
And they take this significantly faster than you guys do because Lilia does damage, Sett does damage, Tristana does damage. And the problem with this is that Drake hasn't even spawned yet. This is gonna take another 30 seconds to spawn. And they can kill Baron within 30 seconds. So that was like a complete communication mistake by your team for basing. Like, even if you see your team starting to base, don't base. If your Orianna dies bot lane and you know, hey, Lilia was bot, their jungler is on the other side of the map, like, you can just, like, you don't even have to be constantly looking at your map. Just, like, look at the kill feed and see that, like, Lilia just slayed Orianna. Start the Baron immediately.
Okay.
Because now you guys don't have mid tower, which is a very important tower to have. And now it's going to be like a little bit more annoying for you guys to try and... Oh my.
Yeah, that was...
But yeah. Yeah, did you see how like his W was a little bit delayed? If you like just tried to like walk actively, that would have been really good. But yeah, in this case, I think definitely Ghostblade also never buy Rapid Fire and Runins. Never. Because you know what the issue is with this? If we read the description, this one gives you attack speed, crit chance, move speed. This one gives you attack speed, crit chance, move speed. You don't get any damage. You get like 120 bonus magic damage whenever you're like walking around, but that's once. That's once every like 100 stacks. So you do not do any damage at all from like these two items. Never buy both.
All right. So
You
buy,
really
so
want...
buy one or the other then.
Yeah, buy one or the other, and if you cannot choose between the two, buy Phantom Dancer, because Phantom Dancer is always good. And if you struggle against, like, you know, walking into Sett maybe, and you want to dodge better, Phantom Dancer gives you movement speed, like, immediately when you start hitting someone. It just stacks up. And it will allow you to move a little bit better and just be slippery.
Okay.
And, like, do you see now? The issue with this Drake fight is that you died because, well, first of all, you were mispositioned, like you walked too close to him. Mm-hmm. Because after your first shot with the rapid fire, you started walking closer and closer to him, and like that's exactly what he wants. He flashed onto you, and you didn't have any summoners up. If you're walking up to like a huge threat of a champion that can like boom one-shot you like that, always play around your cooldowns. If you don't have flash and you don't have heal and you don't have like your rapid fire range up, don't walk too close. Like poke them, but keep a respective range and make sure that he is never within flash E range of you or like flash ult range. And like let someone else be that person. Like even if your Zyra walked up and got ulted, at least it's not you. Because the problem here is, like I told you before, Cho'Gath does no damage. Mordekaiser doesn't do damage. Orianna is very useless and has the same items for like the last 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
And Zyra is your only damage dealer. She has a shutdown, but she's the only person. And the problem now is that they have like four items. Lilia has 4 items. And Tristana has like 3 items. Look, she also bought penetration because, well, like not penetration, like armor pen and like percentage HP damage for your tanks, like your so-called tanks, because they're still quite tanky. Like if you look at him, Cho'Gath has 145 armor, and Mordekaiser has 145. Like they're just very naturally tanky. So she bought like these items that she bought is what you should have bought for the enemy team as well. And the problem now is if you're fighting here and Zyra dies, you lose the fight instantly because the rest of your team has no damage to kill any one of them. Look, your Mordekaiser is dying now because he doesn't have the sustain like a normal bruiser would have, like a Riven. And Orianna does absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And because they die so fast, your Zyra can't go in. Like, she tried ult, she tried Ignite, but it just wasn't happening. Like, she did 3.3k total with Leandri's burn. And Lilia did 5.8k because your team is equally as tanky. But, like, you know, you dying there was a big, big deal breaker. Because now they have Soul. And the problem with this specific Soul is that they get ability haste and attack speed. Which is not what you want against Tristana that is, like, kind of even to you. Or Lilia that scales really well off of attack speed. But this was, like, a definitely, like, itemization issue. And I think the items alone would have helped you survive and be alive for the objectives. Because them not having Soul, I think the ratio for, like, win rate of teams getting Soul is like 80% for whichever team gets the Soul wins. But yeah, like I can imagine that it would also be nice to like have some movement speed while you're like kiting Lilia. Oh.
Yeah, that thing just melted me.
Yeah, she has Dark Harvest. Let's look at how many stacks she has. She has 24 stacks. Which is almost max, like 25. Everyone's gonna die. Yeah, it's very painful.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the issue here. Mostly the items and dying at the wrong time when your team doesn't do damage. Because sometimes the ADC really is like the AD carry. Like, you're supposed to be the carry and you're supposed to be the main damage dealer. And like, when all things go wrong, you know, when your Orianna is 0 and 9 with like barely any items, you have to really step it up and make sure that you're not dying when you're supposed to be alive and like try to be the shot caller. Like the Baron, you could have shot called it probably because you did want to do it and your Mordekaiser also wanted to do it. But next time, just look for the jungler on the map, the enemy jungler. Look for where they are. Look for like, oh, is your useless teammate dying here? Are they trying to push for something? Because if there was 3 people mid, you definitely should have backed. But if it's only Tristana and Lilia is not there at all, you can definitely get away with just doing Baron and then recalling with the fast Baron recall and still get there in time and base. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I got it.
But yeah, try building Phantom Dancer and then buy Armor Penetration or Infinity's Edge. It depends on like what you really, really need because if their tanks are ahead, definitely look to buy what is it? Last Whisper first. Because you're going to want the armor pen early. Because Infinity's Edge is also great against tanks. Like, it's crit. Crit is usually the best option against all tanks. But having armor pen, percentage HP armor pen on top of crit is even better. So try, if you really don't have to, buy Rapid Fire. For the range, I definitely recommend going Phantom Dancer for the movement speed, trying it out, and going either IE or, you know, Last Whisper second. And then afterwards, you can buy, like, last item, you can buy Runes.
Okay.
For the attack speed. Because Phantom Dancer also gives you attack speed. A little bit less, but it's still nice enough to where it matters, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I gotcha.